You pick them up. And they push away from you. Not a little. With their whole body. Back arched, head thrown back, arms out, like you're the last person on earth they want to be close to. And you put on a face. You keep going. But inside, something tightens. Because it feels like rejection. And the worst part? You don't even feel allowed to say that out loud. They're a baby. You know it doesn't mean anything. But it keeps happening. And every time, that same thought creeps in. What am I doing wrong? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is going to completely change how you see that moment. Most parents carry this quietly. They don't post about it. They don't bring it up at the pediatrician. They just file it away as proof of something, that they're too tense, too eager, not natural enough with their baby. Some parents start second-guessing every hold. Every feed. Every attempt at closeness. And the more it happens, the louder that voice gets. Maybe they just don't like being held by me. I've spoken to so many parents who genuinely believed, for months, that something was off in their bond with their child, all because of this one behavior. And the heartbreaking thing is, they were reading it completely backwards. If you've ever felt that, I want you to hear this: you were not wrong to feel hurt. You were just working with the wrong information. And that's exactly what this video is going to fix. Quick thing before we go further: if you're new here, this channel is built entirely around understanding what your baby is actually communicating. Not tips. Not tricks. Real science, explained in plain language. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. Now, let's get into this. Here's the thing we get wrong. When a baby arches their back away from us, we read it the way we'd read it from another adult. As a social signal. A no. A preference. That's a very human thing to do. We're wired to read body language as communication. But here's what nobody tells you about a newborn's nervous system. It doesn't work that way yet. A baby in their first months of life isn't sending you messages. Their body is responding to something happening inside them, and you're not even part of that calculation. Think of it this way. Imagine you're in a room that suddenly gets too loud, too bright, too hot, all at once. Your body doesn't stop to write a note. It just moves. You cover your ears. You turn away. You create distance. That's not rejection. That's your nervous system doing exactly what it's supposed to do. That's what the back arch is. It has a name. It's called interoceptive regulation, your baby's body reacting to what it's sensing on the inside and making a physical adjustment to cope. Not a message to you. A message from the nervous system. And once you understand that, the whole thing shifts. Let's break down exactly what's happening in your baby's body when that arch happens. Your baby's nervous system is always scanning. It's picking up everything: the sound of your voice, the tightness of your grip, the temperature of the room, the light hitting their eyes, the feeling in their stomach, the speed of movement when you picked them up. All of that is coming in at once. And here's something most people don't realize: babies don't have the ability to filter any of it yet. Everything hits at full volume. So when it gets to be too much, even if too much is nothing more than a slightly firm hold, the nervous system sends out one instruction. Create space. And the body's most efficient way of creating space? The back arch. It's not "I don't want you." It's not "put me down." It's closer to "I need a little room to reset, and I need you to help me do that." That's a completely different thing. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because the back arch can happen for a few different reasons, and they're worth knowing. The first one is sensory overload. This is the most common. Too much stimulation coming in at once. It could be noise, movement, light, touch. Baby's system says, too much, back up slightly. The second is physical discomfort. Reflux is a big one here. When stomach acid moves up, it burns, and the baby arches instinctively trying to relieve the pressure. If the arching happens mostly during or right after feeding, this is worth looking into with your doctor. The third is temperature or position. Sometimes it's genuinely simple: they're too warm, or the angle of the hold is putting pressure somewhere uncomfortable. Their body corrects it the only way it can. Notice what all three of these have in common. Every single one is about what's happening inside the baby. Not about you. Not about the relationship. Not about how much they like you or want to be held by you. You were never the problem. If this is making sense to you, hit subscribe. I go this deep on every single behavior in this series, and next week's video is one you really do not want to miss. More on that in a minute. Now, what do you actually do when it happens? This part matters, because how you respond in that moment either helps the nervous system reset, or adds more input on top of an already overwhelmed system. Step 1. Loosen slightly. Not put them down. Just take a little pressure off the hold. A firm grip when the nervous system is calling for space will intensify the response. Step 2. Lower your voice. Or go quiet completely. Sound is one of the loudest inputs hitting them. A soft voice, or no voice, gives the system fewer things to process. Step 3. Slow down. Stop moving. If you were rocking or bouncing, pause. Stillness is a signal to the nervous system that it's safe to come back down. Step 4. Wait. This is the one that's hardest for parents. You want to fix it immediately. But the reset takes a few seconds. Give it that. What you'll notice, and this is the part one want you to watch for, is that if you do those 4 things, the arch usually releases. The baby comes back in. And that moment of coming back? That's not nothing. That is actually a moment of connection, not distance. They trusted you to read the signal. They trusted you to give them space. And then they came back. That is a secure attachment being built, not broken. Let me say something directly. If you've been carrying guilt over this, if you've been quietly wondering whether something was wrong with the way your baby responds to you, I want you to let that go right now. You are not failing your baby. You were holding them, picking them up, showing up, which is exactly what they needed. You just didn't have the translation for what they were saying. Now you do. Before I tell you what's coming next, I want to hear from you. Think about the first time your baby arched their back away from you. What did you think they were doing? Drop it in the comments. Seriously. I read every single one, and this is one of those questions where the answers always surprise me, because so many parents thought such different things. Some thought it was pain. Some thought it was mood. Some thought the baby was bored. And some, a lot, actually, thought it was them. Write it down. I want to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it right now. This whole channel is one continuous conversation about what your baby is actually trying to tell you. Every video builds on the last. You don't want to start in the middle. Now. Here's what's coming next. You've probably noticed this one. Your baby grabs your finger and will not let go. And most people think it's sweet, which it is, but leave it at that. It's not random. That grip? It's one of the most revealing things a baby does in the first weeks of life. It's connected to how they're building their sense of safety. It's connected to what their nervous system is doing when it detects you specifically. And there's one thing about that grip that most parents misunderstand entirely. Next video, I'm breaking all of it down. It's called, Why Your Baby Grabs Your Finger and Won't Let Go. This is not random. It is already one of my favorite videos on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed so it lands in your feed the second it goes live. I'll see you there.